Hello, everyone. We will begin the program. To the BPACF Board of Trustees, founders and staff, families, friends, partners, and those watching via Facebook Live. Good evening. My name is Dante T. Gresham. My career aspirations are to enter into politics, become a United States Senator, and run for President of the United States of America and win. Someone asked why and how. I replied with courage, integrity, and as a statesman of the nation I so hope to one day represent. A nation our ancestors built, with hopes of it one day working for all people and not just some. The 32nd President of the United States once stated, "The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much, but whether we provide enough for those who have little." I would like to achieve in a nation not afraid to seize these possibilities. This is what I declared in front of BPACF and its partners in 2016, and also in front of this majestic body of visionaries. At that time, our country was in the midst of a transition period as we celebrated the historic First Lady Michelle Obama and President Obama years, the 44th President of the United States of America. And now we find ourselves dealing with situations in Washington, D.C. and on our state level governments. But we must keep hope alive, as Jesse Jackson would say. As we fast forward to 2018, still optimistic of what the future may bring, and still making trailblazing historic moments, you see the resilience of a people is not shown in times of triumph, victory, and also easy waters, but it is shown and cherished the most at times of hardship and times of challenges. That's who BPACF is, and that's the type of scholars the Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation produces, period. Although our nation is in turmoil, now is the time to stand up as a collective body with power and shift the atmosphere, changing the direction of our nation. The mission of the Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation, BPACF, is to create opportunities for African Americans through scholarship, education, and leadership development. Our vision is to be a catalyst that prepares and develops students and leaders to elevate our community of professionals. At this time, I would like to welcome Ronald V. Johnson, Jr. Esquire, President of the Black Professional Foundation.
Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Well, for one thing, I always hate to follow this young man right here. He can probably have this job right now. Mr. Gresham is an outstanding young man with great vision and great promise. And so we at the BPACF are extremely proud of this brother, and will continue to provide support and encouragement in any way that we can. So when you come time to get those votes, come talk to us. So I just wanted to take a moment to welcome everyone to our annual meeting. Every year we try to do something a little bit different with the annual meeting. So we are blessed to be here at the Charitable House, which hopefully everyone in this room understands is a significant institution in this city, but as well in the nation. So I just want to take a moment to publicly thank the Charitable House leadership and staff for their generosity in hosting us. Yes. And then, of course, we know that as an enticement to bring people like you out to come see us, we have to provide food. And so we want to definitely thank our caterers for their support in providing some delicious food for us. So I won't go into the mission and vision because Mr. Gresham already talked about that, but suffice it to say that for the past 40 years, this organization has been dedicated to the growth and development of Cleveland's Black professional community. We promote the interests of our community, we celebrate the accomplishments of our professionals, and then we also help prepare the next generation of professionals like Mr. Gresham by providing scholarships, exposure to internships, and through a number of professional development programs. We're especially pleased that you chose to share your evening with us. We are streaming live on Facebook for those who couldn't be here in person, but we appreciate all of those who did decide to listen in. So again, we appreciate your support. We talked about the Karamu House as being an important institution. The Karamu is a Swahili word meaning a place of joy, a place of joyful gathering. So here we are in a place of joyful gathering to talk about what we do as an organization. So Marcella Brown's going to be coming up momentarily to talk about that. Tonight's annual meeting is also going to feature a new honor, something new called the Trendsetter Awards. And so we've got several of our Trendsetter honorees who are here that we're happy to welcome into the BPACF family and to showcase their talents. I wanted to, so on stage are all of the board members of the BPACF. Now, ordinarily, they'd be out in the audience, and I would ask them to stand. I'm not going to put them on the spot, but I will tell you that this is a wonderful board that I serve with. They are committed to our mission. They're active, they're vocal, they push back, they challenge, all in the name of improving what we do and how we serve our community. So I just wanted to thank my fellow board members for all of your service and everything that you do to make us a better organization. And then, of course, I also want to acknowledge Ms. Marcella Brown, who is our executive director. She's the face of our organization. I think most of you probably know her or have gotten to know her over the years, but she's the engine that keeps things running, and so we definitely appreciate all of her hard work. And then last but not least, so as an organization that's been around as long as we have, we are truly blessed to have individuals who've started this organization, Ms. Nancella Harris and Mr. Art Baker, who are seated at the front. They provide continuous guidance and leadership and support and the occasional scolding. But once again, it's all in the name of making us a better organization. So we really appreciate you and we love you. So thank you. So with that in mind, that's going to conclude my remarks. And I think we're going to have Ms. Joanna Watts come up and lead us in the African American National Anthem.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joanna Watts, and I'm a senior at the Baldwin Wallace University in Berea, Ohio. And I just wanted to first thank everyone for coming out, and especially to the people that just put the hard work into BPACF and really supported us, because as you know, it's hard out here to be a young minority. And I just really appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart to have a basket of resources in my back pocket. Like, there's nothing better than that. So thank you. Y'all can hear me. Okay. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the
I started my BPACF journey in 2012, graduating valedictorian from Martin Luther King Junior High School for law and municipal careers. The first person I was introduced to when becoming a BPACF aviation scholar for the Cleveland International Airport was Marcella Brown, the executive director, excuse me, I'm sorry. The executive director of the Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation. May she please come to the podium.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to first thank you all for joining us tonight at our annual meeting and Black Professional of the Year reveal. I'm not sure that it's on, but I'm going to keep going. I think so, yeah. Thank you. It's such an honor to have you all here with us tonight to celebrate our successes over the past year, but also to give a preview of things that we hope to accomplish in 2018. Each and every day, I work with an amazing board of trustees who are committed to making sure that our community has a pipeline of talented African American professionals, that when we are all ready to retire, there are plenty of people left to take our place. And so that really is our goal. That's why we exist. And each and every day, we work hard to make sure that that happens. So first, I just want to take a moment and thank the BPACF Board of Trustees. If you could join me in giving them a round of applause. I want to let you all know really what it is that we do, because I often get that question outside of the gala, which many people are very much aware of. What is it that we do in order to fulfill our mission, to create opportunities? And so I want to briefly give you a little bit of background about what we do day in and day out with our programming, what we hope to accomplish this year, and also our plans as we move into 2018. So I'm going to ask a question, and it may seem a little bit odd, and some of you may shy away from answering it, but how many people in the room were born after 1968? Raise your hand. I apologize in advance. You can give me the evil eye on the low, that's fine. But if you were born after 1968, there's something very interesting about you, all of us that were born after 1968, that we share. If you were born after 1968, we are the first generation of African Americans born with full citizenship rights in the country of our birth. We were born after the last Civil Rights Act was passed in the United States. That's who is in the workplace right now. That's us. It was the Civil Rights Act of 1968 that is now known as the Fair Housing Act. So the people that are in the workplace, those who said, yes, I was born after 1968, we are the post-civil rights era generation. We were born with access to voting rights. We were born with the right to own property anywhere. We were born with the right to attend any public school in the nation. But something that has happened by accident that we weren't necessarily paying attention to is that it caused a little bit of a rift between our generation, this post-civil rights generation, and those that came before us. It's caused a leadership gap between the civil rights era leaders in our community and those that were born thereafter. So when I find myself in conversations with young professionals and they say, I can't get a meeting with so-and-so. I want to meet this person, but they won't take my call. Can you help me get an introduction to a Nancella Harris or an Alex Johnson or a Margot Copeland or a former Mayor Mike White? And I wonder, why are they struggling to get these meetings? And I'm not saying that you all would say no, but something that dawned on me is that there is a gap. There's a gap between those who had to struggle for every single thing that they earned. And I'm not saying that we don't still struggle, but what I am saying is that we were born with a different mindset. a mindset of expectation versus a mindset of working hard and fighting to get what you wanted. We exist today because some of those challenges still exist. Even though we were born after the last Civil Rights Act was passed in the United States, we continue to have these issues, even if we don't know it. Our programs have a mission to create opportunities where none exist, or where the challenges of those times before the Civil Rights Acts were passed still exist. We see them every day. When you wonder why less than 5% of all Fortune 500 CEOs are African Americans or people of color, those challenges still exist. When you wonder why more than 60% of our scholars are still first-generation college students, the challenges still persist. When you wonder why only 29% of African American college students finish college at the same institution they started, the challenges still persist. And yes, another 10% will finish at a different institution, 17% will keep trying, but a whopping 45% will throw in the towel. They'll give up. They won't go back. They will not finish that degree. The challenges still persist. So the need for our programming still exists. But more importantly, the need to build bridges between the pre-civil rights generation and the post-civil rights generation is the most pressing, in my opinion. It's the one that really keeps me up at night. How do we transfer the knowledge? How do we make sure that the leadership continuum continues? What do we need to be doing right now to make sure that when the Frank Jacksons of the world, or the Mike Whites of the world, or the Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones of the world transition either from this earth or go into retirement, that there's someone else ready to take their place? That when Dante Gresham is ready to run for office, we are there to make sure that he is successful. That is why this organization exists. Our youth programs. We have 3 youth programs that we offer to this community. Our Scholars Program provides scholarships for students of color that range from $500 to $2,000 per year, and they are renewable. Our College to Career series is a series of workshops that we provide for the entire community, not just African Americans, that teach students how to be effective in school and how to prepare and make sure that they persist until graduation. Our Career Connect internship program is truly helping students to redefine the workplace and to understand that, yes, you should definitely be looking for a full-time job with a company, but oh, by the way, entrepreneurship is a really great opportunity as well. We offer events and services for professionals also. Our Nights Out Networking series is an opportunity for people in our community to get to know one another, to collaborate, and to understand who's doing what so that we can all be more effective at what we do. And we invite you to participate in that opportunity as well. We are going to relaunch our speaker series, which was very well received over the past year. And the focus of this next series is Who's Got Next? So as those people who are currently in power, who are currently in leadership positions, are ready to say, you know what? I've done my job. I'm ready to walk away. I've kept my commitment. When a gentleman like Judge Ronald is ready to retire, who is the next Black professional that is in a position to take his place? Who's Got Next is going to be a series of conversations that we want to have with people in the community to say, what do I need to do to move from where I am right now to where Judge Adrian is, or to where Alex Johnson is, or to where Mike White is? What do I need to do? And finally, our Engage Civic Leadership Series. We hear a lot that a lot of nonprofit organizations are challenged right now in finding people of color to serve on their board. This is something that we hear quite a bit. One of our past honorees, Randy McShepard, told us that he literally gets dozens of calls all throughout the year asking him to serve on boards. Well, we certainly love Randy and we appreciate everything he's doing in the community. But if Randy is the last professional in all of Cleveland who is ready to serve on a board as the person of color, then we are in trouble. There has to be more leadership out there. There have to be more people ready to serve and lead our community. But we understand that sometimes people are not ready. They may not have the training that they need. They may not understand how to actually lead an organization, how to chair a committee, how to present information, how to be an effective public speaker. Our Engaged Civic series is going to focus on making sure that leaders who have the talent and the potential transition into leaders that are in place. That's the goal of that series. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention our Scholarship and Awards Gala, which is our signature event. And tonight is certainly the first step in that process in which we will reveal the Black Professional of the Year. So we are excited to have you all here, but we would be even more excited if we could see all of your faces and all of your friends' faces at some of the events that we have talked about tonight. We encourage you and invite you to engage with us this year, to participate in our events, programs, and services, and to make sure that the young people that you know that are still in college participate as well. So with that, I want to transition and bring in and present to all of you our wonderful trendsetters for 2018. We decided to do this as an organization because our board of trustees, many of whom, as you saw, are those post-civil rights era professionals, said we really need to be doing more to engage younger professionals. We have to come up with a strategy and a way to recognize talent to bring them into the organization and to the other organizations in the Black community that are doing amazing things. We need to help our community identify who these trendsetters are. And so we went to our media, our social media followers, as well as our email distribution, and we said, tell us who you think is an amazing young professional. And after receiving many nominations, we have 6 individuals that we would like to present to all of you and to all of those watching on Facebook Live, and welcome them to the BPACF family, but also encourage you to get to know them throughout this year. So you'll meet them tonight, but throughout this year, we will also have a series of interviews with them, and they will also be at all of our Nights Out networking events, hosting those events and encouraging other professionals to become engaged with the organization as well. So with that, I want to welcome up our first trendsetter. His name is Donovan Boyd, and he is with the Boyd Marketing Group. Mr. Boyd.
Thank you.
Our second honoree actually could not be with us tonight, but I would be remiss if I did not share that our second trendsetter is Miss Anita Bradley, who is the founding director of the Northern Ohio Recovery Association, also known as NORA. So congratulations to Anita Bradley. Our third trendsetter is with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, Miss Sharana Burns.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for presenting me with this fantastic honor this evening. I appreciate all of you, to the board, to the leadership, and honestly, I'm looking forward to getting more involved and active with the organization. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Our third awardee is with CMHA, and he is a project coordinator, Mr. Julian Curtis.
Thank you for this recognition and the opportunity to really be a part of something that I had not really been aware of up until recently. So it's amazing what really just putting your nose to the grind and working hard can take you, and excited to help make an impact. So thank you.
All right, our next honoree is a Technology Fellow with the Cleveland Foundation, Mr. Joshua Edmonds.
Well, I definitely do thank everyone who nominated me or thought of me to receive this. I do know this is kind of this inaugural award, and to be in the first class of receiving this is definitely an honor. I do have a lot of stuff on my plate in the community, but if there's always room to get involved to help out people who look like me, I'm definitely here for it. So thank you, and I hope I can contribute in any way.
And last but certainly not least is Ms. Tori Tolson, who is Supply Diversity Coordinator with First Energy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I definitely want to echo what the other trendsetters have said. Thank you to the Black Professionals Association Charitable Foundation for this honor. And I have 10 nieces and nephews that are looking up to me, and so it, would hurt my feelings if I couldn't give them something to keep striving for. So I leave you with be efficient, be obedient, and then you won't have to worry about being effective.
So again, we want to congratulate all of our trendsetters, and we look forward to working with you all and introducing you to the community as well. And again, I thank you all for your time this evening. And with that, I'm going to turn things back over to Ron Johnson.
Well, congratulations to our inaugural class of Trendsetters. We appreciate all the hard work that you guys are doing, and definitely looking forward to seeing all the great things that are sure to come. So thank you. So, at this time, I think we're going to have a report from our governance chair, Ms. Chanel Starks. She's going to provide a report to this body, but I'd also ask Judge Adrian to start to make his way up to the podium.
Good evening. Once again, congratulations to the 2018 Trendsetters. At this time, I will present to you all the 2018 slate of Board of Trustees for BPACF. When I call your name, could you all please stand? Ms. Yolanda Burt is our Scholarship and Programs Committee. Mr. Jamel Carr is our Chair of Marketing. Ms. Tracy Clark. Mr. LaRon Clayton is on the Marketing Committee as well. Ms. Toy Comer, our Chair for Fund Development. Ms. Gabe Crenshaw, our Secretary. Mr. Greg Inslee, I don't think he's with us tonight. Mr. Paul Farrington, he's our co-chair for special events. He's not here with us tonight. He had to leave early. Our president, Mr. Ryan Johnson. Ms. Paris Lampkins is our chair for our Engage program. Ms. Ramona Lowry is our chair for Scholarships and Programs Committee. Ms. Karen Marshall is also on Scholarship and Programs Committee. Mr. Anthony Scott is my fellow Governance Committee member. Ms. Meltree Sharp is our Vice President and Treasurer. Myself, Chanel Starks, I am the Governance Chair as well as the Co-Chair for Special Events. Ms. Joy Toombs, my Co-Chair for Special Events, and Ms. Aisha Weeks, Fund Development.
All right. So we've asked Judge Adrian to help us, because one of the things that we like to do at our annual meeting is to do a recommitment of all the members of the board. So Judge Adrian is going to swear us in. So if you can make your way up, and if you can get in front of the microphone so that the people on Facebook can hear you.
Let's see how to do this.
I know it's a little awkward, but we'll
Yeah.
make it work.
Maybe I can bend it over that way.
There we
Does that work? Okay. Before I swear this august body in, I want to take a point of personal privilege and thank Ms. Brown for the recognition, and thank Mr. Johnson for asking me to do this. I have to say to those who are assembled that in selecting Ron to be your president, that you have shown great wisdom. Because if Ron was in the corporate world, he'd be known not just as the president, but as the person who makes over organizations. He did that with the Nome and Esquire Bar Association before he came to BPA, and he's the kind of person who not only has the vision and the work ethic to make a good individual, a good organization great, but to make it greater. So. And Ms. Brown, I want you to know that the folks who are here shouldn't feel like the Lone Ranger when they're wondering about, asking the previous generation for that audience, because those of us who are immediately before you had the same experience with the folks that were immediately before us. This is not a new problem, but it is a problem that, although it persists, is one that needs to be resolved. Because when those of us who are currently the old war horses going back into the barn, looking behind us to see who's going to pull the wagon next, unfortunately, either because of our fault or the fault of those that preceded us, we don't see a whole lot of people who are in the harness. And so it becomes necessary for us to work harder and for you to hold us accountable, to work harder at developing the next generation and the generation after that. Because all you got to do is think about 2016 and see how quickly the gains that were made can be lost. Okay. So, having said all of that, let me do what I was tasked to do and ask all of the officers to raise their right hand and to repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws and code of regulations of the Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation and to discharge the obligations and duties of the office to which I have been elected, and this I shall do, as I shall answer unto God. Congratulations to all of you.
Trending since 1977, the Black Professionals Association, BPA, was an organization dedicated to professional growth and career advancement in the greater Cleveland's African American community. To celebrate the accomplishments and successful Black professionals, BPA held the first Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation of the Year Gala in 1981. The goal of the gala was to first honor the accomplishments of those in the Black community, and also to uphold and also the morals of those who came before us, who served as a mentor. They served as mentors and also contributors to our community. I would like to say congratulations to the BPACF board and congratulations to this majestic body on this stage. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Art Baker Jr. and Nancella Harris to the stage, please.
Well, good evening,
Good evening, everyone.
everyone. We're happy to be here. And we want to acknowledge some folks here, too, to start with. I'm going to start with Alexandria. Kept saying Alex, and I'm not sure whether everybody knew who Alex was, but Alexandria Johnson.
Boom.
Boone. Yeah. Alex was the president or chairman of BPA, the president of BPACF, actually, first president of BPACF. The Black Professional of the Year, give me the year.
1994.
Thank you, 1994, the memory's going. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all you do. I want to acknowledge someone else, Ms. Mohammed, our partner. I want you to know our partner, because she has done a great deal for our organization and for the young people in this community, and so I really
I'd also like to acknowledge one of our past presidents, and that's Sister Connie Jefferson, and her husband Harold, who's with her. And I really do want to extend a special welcome, greeting, and thank you to Brother Scott.
Yes.
Brother Scott was a BPA, come on, Brother Scott, stand up. He was a BPA CF scholarship recipient, and he thought enough about the organization to come back and work with the organization. As you can see, he now sits on our board, which I think is the kind of development we would like to see others partake in. So thank you, Brother Scott.
I'm going to, since we got the mic, I'm going to acknowledge the board as well.
Step on my toes.
That's right. For the responsibility that you have, for the stewardship that you have, and for doing the activities and all that's necessary to honor these young people that we are trying to send to school. So thank you for your stewardship, and thank you for your commitment, and I want you to work even harder.
Yes, yes. And I want to extend a special shout out to Judge Ron Adrian. As we sit in this room, or as I entered this room, nostalgia just came all over me. Because and I see Connie shaking her head, for years and years and years, from 1978, my involvement with the organization, this is where we met.
Right here.
And every third Monday, there was always between 180 and 200 people in this room. 180 to 200 black professionals in this room. So as I look out, I say, I really feel good to see you folks here. And Marcella gave just some sterling comments about the activities of the organization, and we'd really like to see more of you become involved in these. But Judge Adrian he really authored, tailored the first constitution of the Black Professionals Association. So I appreciate him for that, and I thank him for that. So there was a lot of nostalgia, as I came into this room. As a matter of fact, there are other, because you always get in trouble when you start calling names. So there are other Black Professional Associations or BPA members here. Jeanette, if you're here, please raise your hand, stand, because we salute you all.
Now let me forget this person, because this person makes it go. And for all the many years that we did this as volunteers, after work, before work, and all, there's only so much you can accomplish when you're working an 8-hour job, and we were all working 8-hour jobs and more hours. But our dream was always to bring someone in who could spend all day and night
And night.
working on behalf of the organization, organizing program, because we couldn't do that all, we could do the gala, and we could do some other activities. We thank you for what you're doing. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to move on. The Scholarship and Awards Gala and the Black Professional of the Year Salute is our signature fundraiser. And I must say that for 37 years, we have honored someone. And for 37 years, this has been a prime and significant event in the Black community. And I would say in the greater Cleveland community. Our salute to that person. So we're here very proud to start that process again this year.
The first honoree in this whole process was a young man by the name of Bertram Gardner. Bertram was a vice president at the old Cleveland Trust. And, you know, as has been said, and I'm just amazed at how things change, but they really don't change. Because the majority community would often say, we want to hire black people, we just can't find them. Bert was the godfather of young blacks in the greater Cleveland area, founder of a group called Blacks in Management. And anybody in corporate America wanted to know something about the black community or a black person, they went to Bert. And Bert was an excellent godfather because he took care. He took care. Bert was nearing retirement. A few of us got together and said, you know what? We need to salute this man because he has really been great for our community. So we decided that we were going to have this scholarship dinner dance. And I need to tell you, it was a whopping success. I think we made about $700-800. I don't know.
Our goal was 500 and we made 1,000. Yeah. And we were on top of the world.
Yeah. So
That's why you're here today, because we made $1,000.
Yes, it was a success, and we said, hey, we got to do this again. You know, it was something that the greater Cleveland community embraced, and, you know, it just took to it. And through that process, that's why we stand here today, 36 honorees later.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, since Mr. Gardner in 1981, BPACF has honored dozens of amazing professionals, and I'm going to tell you they are amazing, and they have been and very helpful in helping us raise this money with the Lord's help. And they should be on the screen. You're looking at them. They're amazing. And we just hope that over the years to come, in whatever form we do it, that we will continue to raise our leadership up, because if nobody else does it, we should be doing it for ourselves, okay?
These people have demonstrated professional excellence, civic leadership, commitment to education, and an extremely high level of integrity. These are the folks that really helped push us forward and brought us to where we are today. You know, there was a phrase that was popular, you know, we stand on the shoulder of giants. Well, you see some giants behind me. And these people were very influential. They helped to lift us all up.
The gala allows our community to come together for a purpose and with purpose, and to celebrate amazing black professionals, and to raise those critical funds for our programs and services.
BPA exists today so that there will be many more amazing black professionals assuming positions of leadership, not only here in Northeast Ohio, but in the country. And not only now, but for the foreseeable future.
Okay, this honoree is what, the
36.
36th honoree in the history of our organization. She is an amazing professional. She's a woman committed to blazing new trails in the legal field, a very engaged member of our community, and a Wonder Woman if you have ever seen one.
Now, we just dropped some hints because we said she. And, you know, we think it's really appropriate. It's appropriate for a lot of different reasons. As an organization, we have not lifted up a woman in a few years, so it's appropriate for that reason. But this is also the Me Too age, if you will. And women are really saying, me too. And not just the Me Too, I was sexually assaulted or whatever, but me too, I want to participate in this country. So this is truly an amazing person, and she is somebody that, make no mistake, this sister can hold her own.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to reveal the 2018 Black Professional of the Year, and she is Mrs. Robin Minter Smyers, Managing Partner of the law firm Thompson Hine. She comes with a legacy. She's a living legacy.
And she really is. Some of you, and many of you, might not know of her, but that's also classic of our Black Professionals of the Year. Because one of the things that we try to do with this award, it's twofold. We, in fact, do want to bring some recognition to deserving people in the African American community, while at the same time raising funds for our young people in the form of scholarship dollars. So it really is twofold. And just a little bit about Robin. You know, she's a partner in charge and former chair of Thompson Hine's Worldwide Diversity and Inclusive Initiative. She is a partner in the firm's real estate and construction division. Her practice has particular focus on shopping center deals, urban redevelopment projects, manufacturing plants, and practices and consulting corporations on real estate strategies. You're going to hear more about her in the future, but there's something else very special about her selection. And this is also a first. Her dad was also a Black Professional of the Year.
Yes, yes, yes.
We're at number 36. He was number 5. So it is possible, you know, I mean, we're not the Bushes and the, you know, it's not a dynasty, but it certainly is a family of achievement. And again, we feel real proud about lifting up Sister Smyers.
Yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you all to join us on Saturday, November 3rd at Lander Haven for a night of Black excellence and really a homecoming. We love to host every year to support our community's future leaders and our professional development programs. So thank you, Art. I enjoyed working with you on this.
Absolutely. Thank you,
And we thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you. We'll see you on the 3rd of November.
At this time, I would like to say thank you to BPACF and also say that this is not the last time you will see me, because tonight I would like to declare publicly my nomination for the 2018 Governor of the State of Ohio as an independent candidate. Have an awesome night, and congratulations to BPACF, and I hope everyone gets home and to their destination safely.